Hey everybody, it's me, Rawr Anime, and today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try one of those podcasts, and I'm going to do it talking about something I love, which is anime. And not just any anime, the new seasonal anime from spring 2009. And I thought I would do it with my good friend, Mozilla Vulpex95. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
I'm just living life, doing the best I can, doing the most,
Awesome. Did you know that Rawr means I love you in dinosaur?
That's adorable. I love that. I'm gonna start using that now.
I love you.
I'm gonna start telling that to random strangers, just to show how random I am. So, I'm not sure which show we want to start with, because we don't have that many shows we're going to talk about, because we only watch shows that we could find subs for, unfortunately. So, do we want to start with, Eden of the East? Because, I have thoughts on that, kind of, sort of.
Sure.
I'm mildly interested in it. So, it's basically, I don't actually know that much about it, because the show doesn't really tell you that much about it in the first episode. But basically, there's a nude guy, and there's, this woman from Japan that's in Washington, D.C., that, thinks that, Washington, D.C. is, the center of the world and stuff, and, I guess, from, a politics, a geopolitics kind of aspect, maybe?
Oh.
But I'm not really sure.
Huh.
I got, a huge global politics vibe from this show, if I'm gonna be totally honest. Because, they were talking about, in the airport, later on, the girl, I don't even remember her name, actually, but, I remember she was talking about, Japan is, going to shit, sort of, I guess, to put it lightly, and, bad shit is happening in Japan, and, nobody knows the reason why, and stuff, but, there's also this other guy who's naked, right, who, for whatever reason, erased his memory, and, he's just naked at near the White House, and he has a gun, and it's weird, and he finds out that he's, low-key a terrorist, through clues, and it's kind of interesting, and he has this phone that, he can just dial this woman named Juiz, I think her name is, and he just talks to her and stuff. I'm not really sure what the show's gonna be about, necessarily, but it seems like it's gonna be an adventure type of show, with, that spans across the globe, and that seems kind of fun. I might watch some more of it, to be honest. How do you feel about it, Mozilla?
It's weird because it doesn't feel much like an anime that, we're used to.
It takes place in America, which is interesting,
Yeah, that's interesting. And not only that, but even the English voice acting is kind of not bad, actually.
It's better than what you hear in most anime.
Yeah.
As far as the Japanese side goes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
I guess that makes sense, because they're in America, right? But
yeah, you'd hope they'd speak English in there.
Yeah, you know that. But I'm like I said, it's kind of it was mostly a setup episode. I still don't really know what the show is exactly. Oh, I do want to say, I think the opening, speaking of English, the opening is in English, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is it? I don't remember the opening.
Yeah. I could have sworn it was English, but I don't remember. I think it's some American band. I don't really remember, actually. But that was, the one thing that stuck out to me. I was like, oh, an English opening. You don't get to see those every day. So that was, cool, I guess.
Okay.
Other than that, I have not much. I don't really have much else to say. It's okay. I'm mildly curious about it, I think. But I'm hoping it turns into something better, I guess. Well, do you have anything else to say about it?
No, I thought it was funny though. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a scene where the guy whips out his dick, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Oh man. That was silly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes.
It's pretty
not his
normal
penis,
to
the
just,
show. You know,
it's pretty normal to just whip out your dick in front of the White House. You know,
he seems pretty confident in himself. That's kind of fun to watch, actually.
maybe it's because Obama's the president now, and he needed to change.
Oh no! Oh, that is true. Oh my gosh! Wow, I didn't even think about it like that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the next show we could move on to is the new season of Haruhi. I don't know if you've seen the new season of Haruhi, but I'm a big Haruhi fan, and I really enjoyed the first season.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know this was a second season. I didn't watch the first season.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense, because it says, like, Haruhi Suzumiya, like, 2009. So, like, it could be a little... Maybe, like, people think it's, like, a reboot. Because, like, the first season came out in 2006. Like, that long ago, right? That's pretty long ago as far as, like, anime season watching time.
Gosh darn, I'm such a noob.
It's okay. We all make mistakes. But, so I watched the first episode, and I thought it was, like, really good. It dealt with, like, time travel and some backstory on Haruhi, which I love to see, because Haruhi is a fascinating character. Not necessarily a good person, but, like, you know, a fascinating person to watch, I guess. And there was, like, a lot of backstory, and there was some backstory that gave, like, Haruhi's motivation a little bit, I guess. There was some cool interactions between, like, Mikuru and Kion, and not much Koizumi this episode, actually. He just kind of, like, the only times he was really there was in the club room, just to play some chess, and to make a really weird chess comparison to, like, time travel, which I still don't really get. But it was, like, also has to do with, I don't remember what it's called, like, the type of, like, high school festival where you hang, like, little wishes onto bamboo trees, if that makes sense. I don't remember what it's called. But, Haruhi was really, really into it, and, wanted everyone to partake in it, because, you know, that's how Haruhi is. If Haruhi wants to do something, she's gonna make everyone do it, right? Whether they really want to or not. And a lot of the time, people kind of don't really want to, but they have to, because she's, like, kind of a god. So you kind of have to, like, you know, do what a god says. Even though she doesn't know that she's a god, right? Like, that's kind of the interesting part, is that. And then they get into, like, a lot of, like, anime hijinks, I guess. Like, a lot of, it's like a high school anime, but with, like, a lot of sci-fi stuff, which is really interesting. That's kind of what I like about it, is, like, that mix of it. But I really liked the episode. It had a nice beginning, middle, and end. I felt like I was, like, engrossed the whole time, actually, personally. But I'm hoping that this season is really good. I hope that they adapt the arc, the summer vacation arc, essentially. I would love to see that. Maybe in a couple episodes. That's really all I would take. But I'm interested in seeing, like, which arcs that they adapt into this, to be honest. Maybe they'll adapt his appearance at some point. Because that's like peak Haruhi, actually. But yeah, I would recommend watching the first season. Okay. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you should watch, like... Oh, never mind. Actually, I'm thinking of something else. Don't worry. But yeah, I would start with the first season that came out in 2006. It looks really good for its time. I will say that. Like, really good for its time. Like, it's one of the better looking shows of probably the last couple years, I would say. And then 2009 is, like, in 720, as opposed to, like, the first season being in, I want to say, not 720, but, like, 480, right? And it's, like, a huge step up. It's really nice. I like the show a lot. I don't have much else to say other than I love this show, like, so much. And this season is, like, really kind of shaping up to be really solid as well, I think.
I thought it was kind of interesting. I didn't know what was going on, though, and I guess now I know why, because I didn't watch the first season.
Well, I mean... Although, that makes sense.
The episode that I that I watched. Like it was still kind of fun. Like they went to the beach, and there was like weird
Mm.
time travel stuff about it, and it was apparently the title of the episode was called Endless 8-4, and I was wondering like if that's the fourth one, does that mean there's going to be eight of? Could you imagine if they just play that same episode 8 times?
Oh, I would hate that.
That would,
Like, I would really dislike that actually.
it,
But like, if they did that, then I don't even know. I don't even know what I would say. Like, that's weird to think about. Like, why would they even do that, right?
I don't know.
Like,
Can they even do that?
that's
Is that
really
even
weird.
allowed?
Doing the same episode 8 times in a row,
Yeah,
like,
won't they go to like I don't
you'd
know,
have to
send
like think of
jail?
like all of the money that's like all of the budget spent just doing the same episode over and over again, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
think about the voice actors. Do you think they would reuse like voice clips, or do you think they would have to like record different lines each time, right?
Yeah, that's a
I
good
don't even.
question.
That's like such a odd production choice. I don't know. That would be really weird. That would be
Yeah.
really really weird. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
Let's see. I guess we could talk about. I want to talk about the show called K-On! Next.
Okay. Oh, this was the dumb show about the girls and the. This show was dumb.
Oh, is it the band one, right?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I wasn't kind of like really that hot on it
this is just.
personally.
It's just a bunch of stupid girls playing music and being stupid. Like, who cares? Who would watch a show like this? Nothing happened in the first episode at all.
Yeah, even if the episode was set up, I was like, I didn't feel like a lot was accomplished a lot of the time. Like, I don't think there was even one performance or anything that had to do with instruments,
Yeah,
right?
like there's no story at all. I don't get
The
it.
the main character seems kind of stupid,
She's
like
just
really really stupid.
they don't have any personality. What's like? Why would they? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. This seems to be like one of the more popular shows, based on like online forums. I would say this looks like one of the more popular shows, and I don't understand why.
I
Honestly,
I doubt anyone's going
I think
to
people just
actually.
really like cute girls. Like, I think that's it, man. I
I
think
don't even
that
think.
is why.
I don't know. I thought Haruhi Suzumiya was cute, but not here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a Haruhi fan, but like, I would say that like part of the reason that she is as big as she is probably the character design a little bit.
Right. I don't know. I don't
Oh, I think these are by the same studio that did Haruhi. So like,
what?
you know,
They're doing two
yeah,
shows in one season?
that's actually like pretty impressive.
How is that
I didn't know
possible?
studios could do that.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, K-On! Kind of boring. I don't know if I'm going to continue it.
I don't.
I might
I'm
give
not
it like
gonna
one more
watch.
episode.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch any more of this. I doubt anyone's actually gonna remember this show in 10 years. It's just
Probably not.
it
Yeah.
just feels really pointless.
It's going to be like one of those like flash in the pan type of shows. That's
Yeah.
going to be like really big when it came out, and then like nobody cares. Absolutely nobody. Nobody's going to care about a cute girls show
The only
where
people I
the
can
only appeal
imagine,
is the cute girls.
the only people I can imagine liking this show are girls and babies, and neither of them actually watch anime, so who cares?
Yeah, that's all really I have to say about that. It's a whatever show. I will say the opening was kind of catchy, like a little catchy. I was like, kind of like the opening.
Hmm.
That was nice. But yeah, I guess we could move on to Pandora Hearts. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like this episode at all. Like, it was once again just an entirely just set up for the next episode. But the setup wasn't that interesting and it didn't like engross me at all, personally. Like, I'm not huge on like these type of settings usually. Like, it's just not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't really remember what happened besides some person got like possessed and is really spooky now, and like I don't know if I really dig that. Like I get, is this like based off of a game or something? Because like
I don't know.
I don't really know. Like I don't know. Like there's nothing about it that really like grabbed me, because I thought like the main character was just kind of a dick for just like, I guess, not wanting to be in the opening ceremony and stuff, and like trying to avoid the maids. Like, why? Why would you avoid the, like, whatever. I also didn't really like the voice acting in a lot of it. I thought it was like kind of meh. But yeah, what do you think about it?
I also thought the main character was kind of annoying, but I actually liked this. I think that it was just because there was so much going on in this first episode. Like with the way the watch stopped and how he got teleported to that weird, like, I guess Alice in Wonderland sort of room. And then there was that really creepy girl who was like trying to kill him. I thought that girl,
Oh yeah.
I thought that girl was really cool. It made me wish that there was like, I don't know, I think I just like crazy girls. I wish I could get a show where it's like that girl, but she was in love with the main character, and she was like, could you imagine like a romance where the girl was like really crazy and tried to kill you? That would be interesting. I wonder if that's.
I feel like that show would also. I feel like that show would just be generally really violent, like.
This show looks like it could. I don't know. Maybe this show could be really violent. I don't. Nothing.
Maybe this show is what you're looking for.
Maybe.
Like,
maybe
you never know.
Oh, this could be my favorite anime. I want to watch more of this.
Oh. I think I might give it like one more episode and then maybe drop it, because like I don't know where. Like, I'm just not really into it myself personally. But I mean, yeah, I didn't really like it. I have not much to say other than I didn't really care for it. Yeah, I guess.
That's fair.
Do we want to move on maybe to, like, I don't know what you have left to say about it, I guess.
But I don't have anything now.
Okay. Well, I guess we could move on to our last show, which I'm kind of interested in, which is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So, some context, I guess. I have seen the original Fullmetal Alchemist that came out in, I want to say 2002, 2003. I liked it. I was interested in... I knew it deviated from the manga, so I wanted to go start on the manga from the beginning. And I'm partially caught up to the manga. And it looks like this show is supposed to be following the manga a little bit more closely, which is cool. I'm sure that's a big thing for like source readers, right? Ironically enough, this first episode was anime original, I guess. Like the main antagonist of this episode, his name was Isaac McDougall, or the Freezing Alchemist, which wasn't even in the manga. I don't remember him being in the manga. I've read a couple volumes up to this point, but it did drop a lot of information that like source readers would get. I think, like a lot of information. Like Isaac's motives are gonna make, if they follow the manga all the way, then Isaac's motives will make sense later on, I think. It drops a lot of information, a lot of backstory, drops like hints of like everyone's backstory and character motivations that are going to be explained later on, which is kind of fun because like Fullmetal Alchemist is like this kind of, so far it's been like this big epic journey, full of like twists and turns, and everything kind of just falls into place eventually, from what I've read at least. But yeah, I thought the action was fun. I like seeing it's fun seeing, Armstrong in animation again, because he's always the best. I love him so much. What do you think about it?
I don't know about I didn't even really know there was another Fullmetal Alchemist, but I thought that I'm not a huge fan of Edward. I think that's his name, but I do like the armored guy. the armored guy is really funny because he's got like kind of a girly voice, but he's also a big.
He's very gentle despite being a huge piece of armor, right? Like that's kind of the joke I get. Not a joke, but like that's kind of a nice little. What's the word? I don't know what the word is. Like contrast. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But yeah.
He's really cool.
Oh, you go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool, and I think the powers are cool. Like the guy was able to make, like I think his power was technically water, but using it in different ways. Like he could freeze it and then boil it.
Yeah.
Steam. I think that's.
And then he also used the water in his blood at one point, which was really cool, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because I've been I'm a huge Naruto fan, but I feel like the powers in Naruto have gotten kind of weak, and I really like what this anime is doing.
Oh yeah, like one of my favorite things about like Fullmetal Alchemist, and even in the original series, is like all of the different alchemy powers. Like it's a really interesting like not power structure, but like power concept, I guess. You'll see a lot of more interesting. If they follow the manga, you'll see a lot more interesting like alchemy powers. Actually, it gets really interesting later on.
Cool.
One thing if there's one thing I didn't like about this episode is the jokes. I've never really been a fan of the jokes in Fullmetal Alchemist. And what I mean by jokes, I mean like one, that Ed is short. Two, that Al, his brother, is actually the Fullmetal Alchemist because he's in a suit of armor. Like that's funny the first time because that makes sense that someone would misunderstand that. But like they did it like 3 times within the episode, and like it got like progressively less funny every time. Personally, like I get it. Edward is short. He's short. I get it. I really hope that if they're gonna adapt it, I really hope that they kind of cut out a lot of the jokes. Because like I'm not huge on those. Like you could probably get away with just not adapting those parts, maybe. But since this is like your kind of first look into FMA, like how'd you feel about the short jokes?
Oh, the short jokes it got kind of old. I did think that the joke of him being the Full Metal Alchemist and not the armored guy, that was pretty funny though. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this one goes. Obviously, I'm going to continue watching it because I'm a Source fan and I want to see how they adapt it a little bit. But yeah, I like it. It's fun. It's more like it's just nice to see these characters animated again, right? Like,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it. I
like the OP.
I'm curious because like they've already like. What was that?
I like the OP a lot too. The singer was really fast.
Oh yeah, she was like kind of rapping almost, actually, like sort of. Oh yeah, the opening kind of like hints at a lot of stuff in the show, I guess. One more thing is like I hate how like I don't even know if hate is the right word, but like it was interesting how much like I said how much information they dropped in the show, like how much like they already revealed so much about like Edward's like backstory, like why he has an automail arm, why Al's in a suit. A lot of information is dropped in one episode. If you're a source reader, which is kind of interesting. I kind of wonder how like first timers feel with all. I'm sure they like didn't even realize like all of that is a lot of what's said in that show is like pretty relevant information later on. But yeah, it's interesting. I like this show. The animation is good too. It looks good for. I don't know if it looks good as like say Haruhi, but like this looks good too. I thought it looked better than like Pandora Hearts. I thought Pandora Hearts looked kind of bad.
I think this is better looking than all the shows we were talking about.
Yeah, I like the show. It's a good show.
It's cool. I do
so
like
far.
It. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, that's all the shows I wanted to talk about, at least. So, I guess. Oh, did you have something else, or?
No, I actually gotta go soon because my mom she said I have to do my homework.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. That's a good stopping point. I hope I can do more of these podcasts because they're kind of fun. I gotta take a break from my anime reviews and my anime analysis. I'm still working on that Gundam 00 review though, so I gotta put that out at some point.
Okay.
But yeah, this was fun. I want to do more of these. Maybe we'll do more for like more season for the new seasons, like summer or fall or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. maybe this will be like a full-time podcast. Who knows?
Wow.
Who knows?
Well,
That would be kind of crazy. Imagine having like a full-time pod. That's a weird hobby. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Who would do
I
that?
don't know. But thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for being on, buddy. Thanks for listening, guys. I make sure to subscribe, press the like button, make sure to comment if you want to hear me talk about some more anime. I'd love to do that. Yeah, have a good day.
Oh, also just one last thing. If you wanna talk to me about anime and Pokemon, you can find me on AOL Instant Messenger at MozillaVolpix95. That's all.
Oh, very nice. I'll make sure to do that. I'll make sure to... Wait, I already have your AOL. It's fine. I'll hit you up.
Awesome.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
胸の傷口に溢れ流れるペンになって